My husband, 27M, wants me, 28F, to worship him. What do I do?
Basically the title. My husband wants to be worshipped. I'm not really sure what I could do. He didn't go into specifics of how I could worship him.
We've had issues with him feeling as though I haven't praised him enough in the past. It's hard though because he constantly seeks validation. Do I look skinnier?
Are my arms bigger? Am I the smartest person you know?
How much do you love my penis? I genuinely hear these questions every day, so it's hard to get a compliment in on my own merit.
I'm not sure what I could change in the bedroom either because he likes to be in control and seems bored when I take charge.
I'm just not sure what to do.
Edit. I need to clarify some things.
My husband and I do have a good relationship and communicate well.
So I was shocked that he didn't explain what he meant by worship. Part of me believes this could be a type of stress response.
He started a business last year and it's very successful, but it's taking a lot out of him.
So, I guess I'm more looking for some ways to add to the appreciation. Like I said, it's hard because he seeks out validation.
Ask him to start performing miracles?
Some ideas.
Commission a golden bust of his likeliness for the entryway of your home, so every time he walks in he knows who's boss. Buy him a golden toilet so even when he's pooping he knows he is king.
Make a gilded Bible with his name, face on it.
Loudly tell him how much you love his penis whilst in public places so that he knows everyone else knows how you feel. He sounds just awful. With as much respect as I can muster.
Regardless, no one here can guess what he means. Ask him for specifics. And if you can afford therapy, he needs to consider it.
Tell him you're an atheist.
Sounds like Gaston. Tears of joy. Run.
Does he mean, like, as a kink? Or he wants more appreciation? I'm with you on this, I don't know what that means, either.
My wife, 27 female, wants me, 31 male, to cancel our prenup. It's making us fight.
Should I? So we got married in September for two reasons. 1. We love each other, but also 2. Because my wife is not a US citizen and the visa process was hell. Getting married solved the paperwork problem for her.
If we didn't get married we would have to break up because she wouldn't be allowed to stay here.
But we had only been going out for a year. Also, I had a lot more money saved than her, approximately $100K difference.
So we got a prenup with a sunset clause of 6 years and she was happy to do so.
But sometimes she becomes unhappy when she remembers we have a prenup. For me the prenup was just in case we get a divorce, but now it might be the reason we get a divorce.
It makes her so unhappy she yells at me. She has this problem generally too, when she becomes angry she yells and it makes me sad to think that this is my life now, being with someone who yells at me. I want her to not be angry at me, so getting rid of the prenup is tempting, but I also don't want to get fucked if we get rid of the prenup and our relationship sours for a different reason. Edit. Thanks for your takes, I really appreciate it.
A lot of people here are saying she doesn't really love me and she's just using me for the visa and wants my money when we divorce. I understand your point of view.
But she's Chinese, and I'm Chinese American. I understand her perspective from a Chinese point of view that a prenup is really weird and makes it not a real marriage. Man, you'd better hang on to that prenup like it's fucking gold. Wow. Sounds like the plan was marriage, green card, visa, divorce, big settlement.
Don't avoid the red flags, it's your life. If somebody gets mad about a prenup, that just means you need the prenup.
Sounds to me like she just married you for the free ride and didn't fully understand the prenup, thought she could bully you into dropping it. You say you love each other, but I'm not so sure it's mutual. This is not the behavior of someone in love.
How long do you need to continue to be married for her to be able to stay in your country? Canceling the prenup just so she'll stop yelling at you frankly sounds like a terrible idea.
First of all, I doubt it would resolve anything since it's more of a personality issue than actually anything to do with the prenup. She'll still find reasons to be angry with you.
And secondly, what does she want it to be cancelled for? She feels she deserves access to your savings?
Red flags all round.
Tell her she's only driving you toward a divorce governed by the prenup by fighting you about it. My husband, 36M, wants me, 34F, and kids to move house again. I don't want to. What to do?
We moved into a brand new house about 6 months ago. I love the house, but my husband has decided he hates everything about it. too big, location, look, style, etc., and is miserable as a result.
The thing is, this is the third place we have lived in the last 4 years, and I am sick and tired of moving and uprooting our children. My husband has OCD and manages to find something in every house that is triggering for him. He cannot live with whatever it is in the house, hence the moves.
I have been endlessly patient and he promised me he would be happy with this house.
Of course he isn't, and I have put my foot down and said I cannot move again.
He said he will be unhappy if we don't.
The other problem is he recently quit his job. He struggles to stay in a job for any length of time, due to his mental health issues, so we are under a lot of financial strain at the moment. The things he wants to change about the new house can't be done until he's working again.
I work full-time and always have to support us, but we are stuck until we are back on 2 incomes.
I've explained to him that once he is working again, we'll be able to work on the house, but he is such a negative person and can't see a way past the current situation. I've also said that he's never going to be happy anywhere. That's just him and the OCD, but of course he says that's not true. But that is the reality.
I'm not sure how to help him. Help us. I've suggested therapy, he doesn't want to do that. I've suggested couples therapy, also doesn't want to do that. I'm struggling and at my wit's end. I've put my foot down and I think he will stay but will be utterly miserable as a result, so what can I do to help the situation? You can't fix this.
He is the problem and he needs to fix it for himself but is refusing any kind of reasonable care.
Talk to an attorney.
You and the kids aren't moving. That's non-negotiable.
Do you want to stay married to him if he stays in the house and acts how you expect him to act? I have put my foot down and said I cannot move again. He said he will be unhappy if we don't.
Then he can be unhappy.
He picked the place, just like he did the last 2. Sounds settled to me.
If he wants to move, he's welcome to. You and the kids aren't going anywhere. He needs therapy. Unless he just wants to be unsatisfied and miserable everywhere he lives and everywhere he works. The only way he'll go is if he realizes how bad things have gotten.
Things can't keep going the way they are.
His OCD has forced you to move 4 times and caused him to quit his job.
He needs therapy, or at least meds of some kind.
Is he seeing a therapist? It sounds like he needs to be medicated. You aren't being unreasonable. Don't suggest, demand. His unhappiness and mental health are putting you under financial and emotional stress.
A person who has mental health issues is normal. A person who refuses to take ownership of those issues and get help for them is foolish. You can blame him for how he deals with his problems without blaming him for having them. And this is absolutely on him to fix. You cannot help a person who refuses to get help.
So tell him he can either stay with you and get help, or he can look for his perfect happy place forever, without you. I 25 female am unsatisfied by my boyfriend 26M. This is more of an erratic rant, so sorry if it's confusing, but I don't know what to do. Me 25F and my boyfriend 26M have been together for 3 years almost. Our sex life has always been kinda rocky, but it's just completely plummeted.
Despite being together for years, he's never really lasted longer than 5 minutes in bed. I don't try to make him feel bad for it at all, and it used to not bother me, but honestly he puts little effort into getting me off anymore. He doesn't initiate as much, and when I do he brushes me off a lot. I've tried talking to him about whether it's depression or maybe he's not attracted to me, and he swears it's not that.
What really bothers me though is he's been unfaithful in the past. From what I know, nothing physical, but he's tried talking to other girls, including online SWERs, and Elf caught him masturbating even at her, turning me down for sex. I totally get masturbation is normal, and sometimes it's more about stress relief than wanting sex. I do it as well, but I'm starting to think he prefers it over being with me, and I'm just confused. I don't understand why he wanted to talk to other women when I'm trying to please him and he finishes so quickly.
IDK. I've even asked if he wants to open the relationship so he can explore, and he doesn't.
But I'm getting really tired of being denied or brushed aside. It's a pretty big blow to my self-esteem, and I miss having sex with someone who cared about making me feel good.
I'm just saying, as an intelligent, mature female, you should have no problem replacing him.
You're too young for this problem. Don't waste your time. Time to move on and find a compatible partner. So why exactly are you with him? What about a man who prefers to look at other women and masturbate is appealing to you?
You're worth more than that. 51M here.
He's unfaithful, and can't bring you to orgasm?
This relationship is already over. You're just coasting on past emotions, and so that you can say you're not alone.
End this now. Get some therapy, and then meet new people.
Yes, it is that simple. He's actively trying to talk to other girls. He's not interested in sex. He's not into you the way you're into him. You can do better. This talks a lot about your commitment and love you have for him.
But what about you?
Women, we get so sacrificial instead of putting us for once first. I'm glad I did it, and it was so heartbreaking, but ended up marrying a guy that's very loving. I've been embarrassed about expecting so little from past lovers.